Just prepping for team meeting here, and I wasn't paying attention to what time it was. And then I realized that Ritz was doing the same thing because when I jumped on, he wasn't on yet. So we were both distracted this morning. Lots going on, but it should be a good day. So hopefully everyone had a great president. No, not President's Day. What do we have? MLK Day yesterday. What are your questions? How can I help you this morning?
Good morning, Cameron. You've got a big day.
Always.
I have a question. Okay, I'm looking at land and wanting to know the best places to go to look at like plat maps and things like that.
Yes. What county is it in?
Um, I think it's Salt Lake County.
Good. Salt Lake and Utah County are pretty good. Utah County is actually the best website for this, but even uh, Salt Lake County has a good one. So if you just Google something like Salt Lake County tax, um, land tax records, what do I Google? Let's do a
Land
Google.
records.
The assessor's
Uh,
office.
Plat. Yep, the assessor's office is what you want, but the plat map or parcel map, they might call it. Let's see, Salt Lake County parcel map, is that an easy way to
I see
find it?
assessor parcel viewer, maps
Yep.
assessor.
So on this, with both Utah and Salt Lake County, I think other counties do it, but not as good. Utah County is my favorite. You can zoom in and actually see lots, and it will overlay the map with exactly what they own. So I
Because
just randomly zoomed in.
the MLS has a pretty good, this land, I have an MLS that
Mhm.
I have an MLS number and it has a picture of a plat map. And then the second picture is a satellite map. But it would be nice to have like a satellite map with the property lines together.
Yep. Yeah, so
Is-
that's what this parcel viewer does is
Okay.
it's literally a satellite map with the outline.
Oh, okay. So I'm
And then
here
you
at
can see all
parcel.
of the neighbors too. So sometimes you'll look and be like, oh, there's one neighbor that owns everything around me except for my little plot. Like maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. It depends what they want.
11, 5, 7. Okay.
Yeah. I think you can actually get there from the MLS as well. If you
Yeah.
um, if you go and then click on like the tax
Uh-huh.
information, and then there's, I don't know, the tax,
County links,
yep, county links, that would be the one.
assessor,
Yep,
parcel detail. Oh, here we go. Parcel map.
there you go.
Okay, there we are. That's so great. Okay. I knew there was a way and I knew you would know. Hmm.
Yes. Well, I like to pull this up often because, especially with land and lots, because it's always a little funky. You know, some people are like, oh, we own this straight back, but then there's like just this little thing. I don't know why. I'm looking at a random lot on Redwood Road and it owns the back of someone's lot. It's like, I don't know why that is. It's not a flag lot or anything like that, just a strange piece. So you can kind of
Okay.
look into what what they're owning and utilize this. And I
That's
like to go to this to see who else is owning nearby. Because maybe they'll want to expand, you know, if they buy a lot, they might want to buy the lot next door just to have more land. Those kind of things, you can get an idea of who is owning that as well.
okay. So how do you do that? You just,
If you're on the county website, you can literally click the lot and it will say
oh, okay.
it.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. I'll pull up this all the time because it works for lots and houses and everything all the same. So you can kind of just click around and see, like in your neighborhood, who owns their house in a trust, which is an interesting thing to look at for no
Yeah.
reason. Just
Okay. Would you just copy and paste this link and send it to him that way?
oh, that might be the best way. I'd try to open it on like a new window as well, just to make sure it actually works. Um, you might have to like find the parcel number. When I did it, it just did the map zoomed out
Okay.
when I pasted it in. So play around with that and you can figure
Yeah.
out to make sure it's exactly getting there.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I remember I asked this the other day, but I cannot find the paper that I wrote notes down on. What are other resources besides the MLS that we can use to find lots for sale? Empty lot, like just land for sale.
The MLS is the best. Besides that, there might be some for sale by owner lots. I think a popular one is called Land Watch, if I remember right. Zillow might have it, things like that. If you're going bigger or anything more like commercial type lots, then LoopNet is really good. LoopNet.com.
I think I'm just having a hard time working the MLS on when it comes to land because it's kind of confusing because some of them are like a price point per acreage and some of them just have a price that seems to be too low but it doesn't say price per acreage in the listing
Mhm.
and so that's just been a little bit confusing for me.
Yeah. Well, it's all confusing to be honest, because it's like when you get in, there's the search and then there's the land search. So making sure that you're clicking
Yeah.
on that. And then, yeah, the price per lot or price per acre is how it could be priced out. And so, to be honest, it's not a simple, seamless transact or search and things. So you might need to play around or have a couple of different searches, be a lot more broad in what you're searching to get the results. And then you can send those over to your clients as you're finding them.
Yeah, I was just wondering because it's been a little bit confusing for me.
Yep. Yep. I agree. Um, Sometimes I'll get like notifications and things on lots, and I'm like, oh my goodness, should I buy this? Because it sounds so cheap. And then I click into it and I realize that they're pricing it in a weird way. I'm like, oh no, it's actually real expensive. Um, but the MLS should have a lot of the information and solve a few of the problems that you usually have. Like, could I build this home on it, for example? Um, the listing agent should probably know what it's zoned for, what you can and cannot do, where the utilities are. A few of the more common questions are what they should have already found out from their sellers to help price this. Because as you could imagine, building a commercial or residential, that's going to price your lot differently. If your utilities are already there and stub, that's going to be more valuable than if you have to bring utilities to it and things like that. So usually a lot of that's baked in is, and as you start to do some of these research, you can figure out like, oh, this one's priced so cheap because it doesn't have utilities, and I'm going to have to spend all of this money to get utilities on it. Or here's one right next door with the utilities on it that is already ready to go. And so usually you can see things like that as you start to go. So,
And then I have another question. Recently, due to my health, I'm not able to drive at the time, and I was wondering what other since I'm not able to go to open houses to host them or door knocking, and stuff like that, what are other things I can do to try and generate leads, without having to pay for, a bunch of leads?
Yep. First off, the easiest one, keep talking to your sphere. Don't give up on that. I know you did really great with calls and things like that. Keep going. And then from there, it's just, can you get people's information um, that might be interested? So you can do this a few different ways, especially staying at home and doing it. One of the popular ways is called circle prospecting. You can get a list uh, of homes in an area from the title company. They can even search phone numbers for you. I think it costs 6 cents per phone number that they poll, something like that. And you just call and say, "Hi, I'm Cameron with Keller Williams. I have some buyers looking to buy in your area. Have you ever thought of selling?" And if they say nope, you hang up. Like it's that fast. It's a numbers game. You're trying to get through this as many people as you humanly can. And then you're going to run into someone that's like, oh, I might be interested. And then you just start asking them, well, tell me about your house. What like, have you thought of selling, or does just the idea of someone bringing you an offer pique your interest, and just kind of go down like that qualification road? If you can get someone that is interested, then there's a lot of things that you can do from there. If you are ready and can go get to their house for an appointment, I don't know, have someone drive you in the evening or something, then you can go and take the listing yourself. Or if you're like, I can't make it, but I can make all of these phone calls, I bet every single person on this call would love to pay you a 25% referral fee for setting up a listing appointment for them. So you can always just pick an agent and be like, hey, I just set an appointment, you go convert it, um, and we can work on what that looks like. So there's a lot of ways to earn money in real estate that's not actually even listing or selling a house. The most lucrative is actually that lead generation piece. Finding people that are interested and setting appointments. If you can find them, that's worth one amount. If you can set an appointment, that's worth way more money. Every single agent that I know would pay 25% of the commission for an appointment, maybe even 30, 35. Uh, it's what Dave Ramsey charges. He has a whole system called ELP. You pay a monthly fee, and then he also gives you appointments with people that are interested in selling their house. And he charges 35% and $3,500 a month. So crazy amounts of money for the lead generation.
Cameron, you said to talk to the title company. What title company?
You can do anyone. I know Real Advantage here in our office has a system that they can just pull things for you. And you say, give me 1,000 homes and pull their phone numbers and scrub it against the do not call list for me. And that will cost you 6 cents each. So what's that, like $60 for 1,000 leads? 600? 60. 60 sounds more real. And
What did you say the website to do that for is?
Um, you there's a bunch of different ones that you can pay for to do this. It's like skip tracing phone numbers, but if you go talk to Real Advantage Title or even Corby, let me see, I probably have her number. Corby.
I have Corby's number if that helps.
I'm gonna see if I can beat you to it. So I just threw it here in the chat. So if you even text Corby and say, hey, Corby, it's with a K, Kobi. Hey, Corby, I'm a new agent here at Keller Williams. I want to start making some phone calls or do circle prospecting, it's commonly called. Could you help me generate a list? And then you just tell them what you want. So you can be as generic as give me a list of all the houses in Eagle Mountain. I have done that before with some agents. And then you can just call all of Eagle Mountain. You can be more specific, like I want to call homes in Utah County that someone's lived there for 10 plus years, um, that they don't have a mortgage or whatever. You can do a lot of different searches within
Okay.
that. The more defined the search gets, probably the more valuable each call is, but there's going to be fewer numbers. So it puts a little more pressure. If you
Yeah.
just like, give me Eagle Mountain, you just want to roll through that list as quickly as possible. Hey, are you interested? By the way, the person that I helped get this Eagle Mountain list, this was years and years ago. His name is Brett Hess. He decided in November he was going to call all of Eagle Mountain. He made it almost through by the end of the year, November, December, he made all of these calls. In March, he had 10 closings.
Wow.
So it works. Now he would make 3 to 4 hours of calls every single day, all of November and most of December. And then he took a bunch of listings, and listings were selling a little faster. So if we applied the same formula today, this would probably be like May or June, you would probably have closings. So
Okay, and then can I get that number again? My Zoom is being stupid and it will not let me open the
I'll
chat.
text it directly to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then Carlos, I saw your question about the Supra E-key. Best way to get that going is to call UCAR and say, hey, UCAR, I need to get my super key. And they'll probably say, have you taken this class? And if you have, then they'll say, download this app and here's your code, and it will get going. So UCAR is the best way, UCAOR.com. .org.com. I'm pretty sure. So call them, they can help you out. Okay, everyone's awesome. Come to the office. Come work on your roadmap. I'll be here answering questions, helping out with everyone. So come meet here right outside my office, and then team meeting at 11. Should be a good one. Hopefully, I'm running it. Okay, we'll see you all
Would
soon.
the master your full potential, would that be like Zoom able or anything like that?
Ritz, are we recording that, putting it on Zoom?
In person only, but it will be recorded and uploaded on YouTube later.
All right, thank you.
All right. We'll see you guys all soon.
Thanks,
Have a great one.
Cameron.